Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome to my channel. Please, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. I know we're about 5 minutes or 10 minutes early, so please like and share. Happy Sunday, Abby. How are you? I am very well. How are you? How are you? So thank you so much for confirming that you can hear me there. So just a quick intro. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Start Mom of Five. And I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys, I also have a candle business. So if you're into home fragrances, scented candles, home diffusers, car diffusers, body butters, I've got a business and I've got a website called www.tmo5candleco.com. So if you are into scented candles, I make and sell scented candles. So please go show your girls some love. My website is available for all of your orders. So and we're looking at, thank you, Abby. See this hair that I made. This hair, is expensive. Oh. I am a gbogbolowo. I can actually braid hair. I can braid hair beautifully well. I can make wigs. But I just thought, no, let me treat myself, coming back from a holiday. And to be honest, I should not complain. It was only £60. It was my daughter's friend that made this for me. So if I had gone to the salon, I'd be paying maybe about £150 or something. But yeah. So I actually love the combination. So thank you so much, Abby. Right. So a quick intro. Welcome to those of you who are joining me. Please like and share. Hello, OJ. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to those of you who are here, and to those of you who are watching and you're not dropping comment, please like this live. You all know why I'm here. You all know why I'm here. Shade was like, Wemi, that mom of five, you need to do part two of that the freeze. I said, why? So even though we're just going to continue from where we stopped in the first one, the first live I did, but then there's something else. I woke up normally Monday to Sunday, even when I'm not working. I'm used to waking up at half 5 in the morning. I wake up 5:30 in the morning. And this morning, I'm sure I woke up about 5 o'clock because my body was just used to that time. And then I just grabbed my phone. And then what did I saw? The first thing when I opened Instagram was Tasteboard, that the Freeze's wife sharing her story. Meanwhile, the topic I was going to come discuss before was the fact that Daddy Freeze was on a live late last night and was like, women need men that can lead them. And I quite agree with him. Women need men that can lead them, not men who wants to be boss over them. Okay, because in this talk of marriage is like a partnership. We've been hearing advices of marry your best friend, marry your friend, marry your friend, marry your friend. And those who have come out to say they are getting married to their friend only in a few months, 2 years, a year, their marriage crap packed up. So I quite agree with that the phrase that women need men that can lead them. And there are some relationships that in the home, when it comes to this relationship stuff, is the men that actually lead. But in the all the particles, all the effects, all the factors that's actually holding marriage on itself, it's the women that are holding it. Happy Sunday, Hayomide, how are you? Other factors in a marriage, women, it's mostly women that hold everything in one. The man is just leading. Man is saying, okay, we are going to Canaan land. The duty of the man is to get us, the family, the marriage to Canaan land. But every other thing that makes marriage works, that make marriage function well, all of the factors, all of the sections, all of the subsections, is the women that actually hold that. So I agree with that the phrase in that aspect. Me, like if I'm a spinster and you're watching me, you don't want to get married to a man who's going to be bossing you about, who's going to tell you that, see that thing that you took from my wallet, if you don't put it back, if you know that your mama born you, if you don't put it back, you see what I will do to you. That's not the kind of man you want. Okay, that is not the kind of man you want. You want a man that you can jokingly say, oh babe or honey, see that 5K, is that your wallet? I took that 5K, you know, now as women. And then what is the response of the husband? You want the husband to smile and say, I know that now I know that you can have it, you can use it for whatever. I know I'm here for you, you know. So you want a man that wants to lead you. Okay. It's like the blind leading the blind, but in a way, it's not really blind because it takes a matured man, a matured, well-raised man to lead a woman, and then you find that union to be very, very happy. So that was what I actually want to come out here to talk about firstly. And then I woke up this morning to see that video from Tasteboard. So I've got a note because our video was 40 something minutes long. And I sat down this morning to watch and I took note of all the things she said. So we're going to be talking about it, okay? So please like and share this video as you come in. And then also, Daddy Freeze has also made some jokey videos about, oh, then say again, there's a rumor, there's a this, it's been going on about with like, and I felt when I saw that jokey thing that Daddy Freeze did, I felt it was doing too much. I felt it was doing too much because there's no need for like, oh, there's a studio, there's about going on. I'm trying to look for that post if I can find it. It was like, oh, there's about that I want to share with you guys. So there's this. So let me pray for you guys.
This gist, hot gist.
I saw this last night before I slept. And he has turned off the comment section.
Of light. Yes.
This is him making a mockery of. This is him making a mockery of Tasteboard's ex-husband.
Go back, get bread.
We all know what the agege bread meant, right?
Get bread. No comfy chop the agege bread.
So guys, you got the gist. So that was him being petty, and I want to believe that he's a matured man. There's no need for him doing this video, right? So I understand that he's fighting for the woman he loves, is fighting for the woman who is the mother to his son. So if you really want to fight and show that you're actually matured and you can handle this case maturely, there's no reason for him to be doing that. And I felt like if he's not being cheeky, why did he turn off the comment section? Because I know people will have dragged him like their neighbor's generator. So the last 4 posts after this particular video is turned off all the comments. And I think people are gunning for him. People are dragging him. You know what? And also I was watching his live this afternoon as well, where he said that it's religion and some societal beliefs that's actually the problem we have in Nigeria. And I agree with him because at the end of the day, these things that they are saying that they are accusing him of doing, some pastors do it behind closed doors. Some pastors do it behind closed doors. But then because it's religion, and then because it's not them that in that shoe that he is wearing with Tasteboard, that is why they want to nail him and his wife for it. So also, there were obviously, we all heard what happened in the US to Trump, and Pastor Adefarasin came out to say he condemned what happened. Guys, Pastor Adefarasin is a Nigerian. How many times this past election, I'm sure you all knew all the violence that happened, how they were stealing ballots, how some people were beaten up. We all knew, all the pastors in Nigeria saw that. How many of them came out on their social media handle to say, no, we condemn all of those acts? How many of them? But Pastor Adefarasin, I used to love Pastor Adefarasin. I used to love him. But him coming out to support, to say, and he condemned what happened to Trump, like, Mr. Man, what is your business with US, whatever campaign that they are doing? When Nigeria was going through all that shitty thing they were going through last year during the elections, did any pastors in Nigeria come out to condemn everything that happened? Did any of them come out? None of them. But then this pastor now, no, people went onto his page as well and they started people started dragging him as well. So that was part of what Daddy Freeze preached about this afternoon, to say that, what, religion and some societal beliefs is the problem that Nigeria have. And I actually agree with him. And he also cited the story of Jesus when they brought the woman to say that when Jesus was on the mountain and they brought the woman saying that she committed adultery and they were going to stone her to death. And then Jesus started writing on the floor to say, oh, if you are without sin, cast the first stone. So none of them could cast the stone because they also do what that woman did. They also commit adultery. So none of them could cast the first stone. So that's me finished preaching. So let's go into what Tasteboard said. So I'm not going to play a video in this live because I don't want, Daddy Freeze will do anything for money now. Okay. So I don't want a situation whereby any of this video will get copyrighted by YouTube. But I've taken a note of all she said, and I'm going to be reading them one by one. So Abby said, yup, it was doing too much at the end of the day. He's taking the children of this man in. I think you didn't finish that sentence there. So yeah, so I felt it was doing too much, and there was no need for that. You said you've already gone to Supreme Court. Yeah, you said Supreme Court had already gotten back to you. Hi, Cindy Emmanuel, how are you? Happy Sunday. You said Supreme Court has already gotten back to you. So just let the Supreme Court do what they have to do. There's no need for you to be cheeky, and then you're being cheeky because of your cheeky attitude. People are dragging your wife. They are like, did you knock straff her or not? Did you do the do with her? How many times did you do the do? We know with the way Nigerians are. And like I said, social media is really, really toxic now. Like it's toxic that I don't even want to post anything about my family. Even it was one of the reasons why I did not post any matching Christmas, whatever. I can't remember the last time I posted about my children's birthday on social media. Like you know, I've stopped posting because social media is really, really, like really, really toxic now. Relindi said, but he that the freeze was castigating. Exactly, he did. So hence why people are people are dragging people are dragging him big time. And I wonder why he is doing a lot now, because you know that the freeze is very, very quick to come discuss other people's talk on his show. Hi, Zeno, how are you? You look very beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for the compliment. So we all know that the freeze is a showbiz man. If there's any news, any gossip news like that, the freeze will set his screen light and he will wave his hand like this with this New York face cap. I need to ask him to give me one of these New York. I need one of those New York face cap. He will put on his New York face cap, set all of his ring lights on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, tap my money gone, and then it starts with the gossip. So he's a blogger and he loves, like, he talks about everybody. So now that he's in the shoe of all those people he's been talking about, people are like, oh, so now you see how it feels like. You know what it feels like to be talking, to be for people to talk about you. So he disabled the comment section. I'm like, this is the man that enjoys bass, likes abusing people, cursing people out. Why is he now turning off the comment section? You should have left the comment section open. So yeah, with that being said, like I said, I agree with a few of the things is mentioned, like, women need men to lead them. Okay. Women need men to lead them. And it takes a very strong, matured, orientated man to lead a woman. Okay. And also, the problem, I agree with him when he said that the problem that Nigerians have is societal norms, and Christianity or religion. Let's not say Christianity. Religion is the two problems that Nigerians have. Okay. And it's like, he has always been using his platform to speak about the pastors who take all of our tithes, who take all of our offerings. They are riding in private jets. They are doing whatever. Nobody's calling them out, but he's been the only person who has been using his platform to call out all these end time pastors. And they should not expect him to come and go and that they should not expect him to come and go and do any protests at Lekki Toge. That he's not going to do that, because when he is castigating other pastors, nobody's doing the same with him. So they should just leave him alone. Anyway, with that being said about that, I feel like I said, that post I showed you guys, there's no need for that. Okay, there's no need for being cheeky. He likes Ofofo, he likes Amebo, but that particular video, there was no need for him to do that. So let's go to what Taste Board said. So we all know Taste Board is known as Benedicta Elechi or something. Please let me know what she's known as. I'm sure that's her name there. Please like and share this video as you come in. All right. So Taste Board came out and she gave her reasons for divorce. So she's a very beautiful woman. I must say, she's beautiful, natural beauty. She's a very beautiful woman. So she went on to say she's actually not here to actually explain any story. She's actually not here to explain her own side of the story, but she just wants to come and say out here that if moving on after you filed for divorce is going to make people call you an adulteress, then wear that adulteress on your forehead like a crown. That was what she said. And along the line, she did mention the fact that she's doing this for women whom she's actually helping to leave the kind of marriage she herself left. So I'm sure your question will be like, what kind of marriage did she had with her? I've not even gone to look at the image of the man she once married. I'm sure she mentioned his name, but I've not actually gone to go and see what the guy looks like. Guys, please, if you know the name of the ex-husband, let me know. Let me go and Google him. Let me see, maybe we can compare him with Daddy Freeze in terms of looks and physics. Guys, let me know his name in the comment section. I was reading about him, but I can't remember his name anymore. And then before I came out to discuss about this, there was an interview Taste Board did with Linda Ikeji, I think about like 13 years ago, where she spoke about the fact that she was going to go testify in courts, and her ex-husband planned for some people to kidnap her. So that kidnapping failed because they arrested one of the people. And then she claimed that this one of the people that was arrested was, tortured and stuff. And he confessed that it was her ex-husband that sent them to go and kidnap her. So she said she did that interview with Linda KG so that in case if she goes missing. Paul, oh, thank you so much, Abby. Let me go and Google him. Let's see what the Mr. Agege man looks like, because we want to be sure of, if you want to chop snail, it's better you eat the one that has egg. So I want to believe this is the young. Okay, this is the young old image of the guy. So this is what the guy looks like. The guy can be compared to Daddy Freeze in terms of look. And looking at him, I want to believe it's probably going to be a shorty. Right, I don't mean this in a rude way, but looking at his physique from this picture, it seems like it's going to look like a shorty or something. But in terms of looks, it cannot be compared to Daddy Freeze. Anyway, Daddy Freeze is good looking. I said that before, and I'm not crushing on him, okay? So yeah. So going by what Taste Board says, so she started with saying that her reasons for divorce. So just a quick background. She said she got married at the age of 23 years old, and she was 33 years old when she left her previous marriage, and that when she was going through that divorce, that her ex-husband said that I will continue with the divorce proceedings. I will saying that. So Tezbot said that ex-husband threatened her that if you continue with these divorce proceedings, I will drag you till your gray hair. So in quote, that was what Tezbot said her ex-husband told her that, apparently Tezbot found out that one of the reasons for her filing for divorce was that they had different sexual orientation and sexual deprivation. So the first live that I did, Tezbot said in the 10 years that they were married, maybe he only got down with her 11 times. And those 11 times were when he felt they should have babies. So maybe in a year, maybe in January, might say, oh, babe, yeah, into my room. I want us to have another baby. So it's only when they want to make babies that is actually invited, he actually asked her to come into his bedroom, that they never shared a bedroom together. They never shared a room together. And that, she was enjoying in the marriage, but she was crying. It was as a marriage was more like crying in Rolls Royce. That was what a marriage felt like. She said her children were attending the best schools. They were going to Disneyland every year. They were going to Butlins. They were going to Legoland. So traveling abroad, doing all of those kind of things, it's not a problem. Like our kids have been going. Hello, Glory Chioma, how are you? Happy Sunday. So it was not as if money was a problem, but she was more like a trophy wife. Yes. I've been thinking of that word since morning when I watched her video. So she was much like Mama Jojo the realist. Thank you for being here. And Mama Jojo said, I think the reason why people are dragging her is because Daddy Freeze is a big exactly. So people are meting the sin of Daddy Freeze out on her as well. OJ Moy said 11 times KY in 10 years. But yes, that was what she said. So she was more, Testbot was pretty much a trophy wife that, when they had dinner, because obviously I think it was a CEO of a certain company. So anytime they had dinner, he wants her to look gorgeous, wear the best of jewelry, dress up in the nicest dresses and designer outfits. And then, oh, meet my wife. All these babolowos who have multiple wives, they would just we were just picking their wife like a car. So she was more like a wife who has everything but cries in Rolls Royce. She was a trophy wife. Her kids were doing fine, but she was not happy. So I believe, please correct me in the comment section, I believe she had 4 kids for this guy. Because she was said that she shared her beds with her children. So on a Monday, she will share with one, that she practically shared her beds with her children and not with her husband. And Mama just said he was dragging Queen May. He did at one point, yes. And I think I felt bitter with him in regards to that as well. He did. Well, like make queen self waiting. Now he passed he passed a husband marry another woman. I watched that his life when he did that as well. You know, this is what people when this is what we call karma. Okay, this is what we call karma, because Rango was trying to educate some people about karma. So in this regard, I think this is that definition karma, because what he does, and then I won't say it's karma because he's a blogger, he's a gossip page, he's a presenter, and he does all of these things. And Mama Joyo says she has 4 children. Yeah, she has 4 children. Okay, thank you for confirming that. So she has 4 kids with these people, with this man, and people have dragged her that, oh, so you were with him in that relationship, you have 4 children. When did you? So it was when did you actually realize that it was a gay? That when did you actually realize that it was a gay? Because this boss said this man that she still has the email, the text messages that this man, this her ex-husband begged her, saying that, you know what, you are the one that solidifies this marriage, you know everything about me, you are the one that's keeping the marriage. Like, she was practically the one holding the marriage together. She was actually doing everything you will want in a marriage while he was messing about. Like, guys, I'm on live. Can you keep your noise now, please? That she was like, the man begged her not to leave, but then she was like, she's made up her mind that she was leaving. Glory Chioma said, I can't believe that if Freeze can do that. It's surprising though. Glory Chioma said, it's supposed to be an example of a believer. Now, wow, she called him Kerewine, a man in a hole. She called, yes, we are going to get there. So, with that being said, so she was like, no, what? He begged her not to leave. And then when she decided to leave, this man threatened her to say, no, I will drag you till your gray hairs. So, she said, no, reason number one for divorce was that they had different sexual orientation. And I would love to find out, or if I had the chance to ask this board question, I would want to ask her, when did she realize they had different sexual orientation? Was it when they were cutting, or when they had their first child, or when they had their number 4 child? When in that marriage did she actually found out that they had different sexual orientation? I would love to find that. And love to find that out. IVV, yeah, she realized it was a gay, but was trapped for 10 years until she found the strength 10 years after. So she practically knew in the beginning or in the middle of the marriage that it was a gay. Oh, mommy, I would have left. I would have left. I wouldn't have waited till I had 4 children for him. I would have left. So yeah, if I had the reason to ask, if I have any chance of asking a question, I would love to find out about that. She also said that she asked this man for joint custody, and the man refused, saying he wanted sole custody of the children. And she said that no, there was no way she would be alive and hand over her 4 children to you. And this her ex-husband claimed that she has a sister or an aunt who will look after the kids. And then she said her kids are really, really young. That the reason why the man was asking for sole custody was that this boy is not fit to be a mother. That she was not mother, she was not cut out as a mother. So that was that he refused joint custody, that he wanted sole custody of the child. And I always say, and she emphasized English, God help me. She actually spoke on the fact that, see, as a woman, if you're living a man, she is against you not allowing the father of the children to see the kids. That you both have the kids together. That she's a believer that there should be joint custody. Let the father come see the children, because at the end of the day, these kids will grow up, they will have their life, and they will have to make the decision on what parent they want or they love the most. Abby said, but apparently it's very common with Nigerian and gay men. All right, okay. OJ man, she left immediately, she caught him red-handed. All right, okay. Abby said, some pretend and get married, another strike a deal with a woman just to have babies and to cover up. Yeah, there was a movie like that I watched on Netflix where the guy has everything, and then she caught the husband to be with another guy. And this guy was like, you know what? I would gladly stay married to you. We can only get down to have babies, and then you have to. I can't remember that movie, and my boy, it's on Netflix, and it's a Nigerian movie. So she did say that the man refused her joint custody. So since it was not going to allow her see the kids, she decided to fight for custody as well. So she's been looking after the kids all by herself. He has not been contributing to anything about the kids, so that the priest has actually stepped in as a father, caring for those kids that do not belong to him. So because she now has sole custody of the kids, this man refused any responsibility, fees and stuff of the kids, which I felt was wrong. So he also said that he's not paid any school fees of the kids, he's not taking any responsibility as a father over any of these children in any way, which I felt is disappointing, is disgraceful. She also said that let's, like I said, she advised women not to deny their partners from seeing their kids, because at the end of the day, the man wanted to take the kids away, but she refused. But so since the man refused, she just had to take the kids on her own. She also said that if in a toxic marriage, if divorcing a partner will held you the adulterous tag, wear it boldly as a crown. So as a woman or as a man, if you decide to leave a marriage because it is toxic, and the public and what people are saying is that you are an adulteress, she said, wear it like a crown on your head, to say, because she was the one who was in that marriage. She was the one who knew what she saw in that marriage, and she has every reason to leave, and she did. Okay, so because she left, now people are now tagging her an adulterous woman. So she said she was the one that filed for divorce, and she said 11 years ago, when they were in the court, that a son approached her and said that a son asked her that, are you now in a relationship? She said that was 11 years ago. She said, yeah, she came clean to the son, saying, "Oh, yes, I have moved on. I'm in a relationship now and I have a son." She says she has already moved on because she's already filed for divorce. So what's she waiting for? And we're going to be talking about all of the waiting period of divorce and stuff. Like, we're going to be talking about that in this video as well. And then she further went on that another son called her a self-acclaimed prostitute. Can you imagine? How can a lawyer, a son in a court, the son defending her ex-husband, called her a self-acclaimed prostitute? Like, if I was her, I would sue that son. I will sue that son. Let me read comment before I go on. Okay, I don't want this comment to go on too long. So Mama Jojo said, let's not forget the society she lives in. Society will have mocked her, and which is what they are doing now. Vivi said, not just Nigerian, but African American child. Mama Jojo said, mother is healthy and successful. You want to take her children from where exactly? OJ said, I've watched that Nigeria. You've watched it. I think there's meant to be a part 2 or something on Netflix. Very interesting and eye-opening. Absolutely. Vivi said, I fully agree with her. Leave any abusive relationship and never mind what people say. Yes. Mama Jojo said, divorce takes too long in Nigeria. I pray that Queen May does not have to wait 10 years. Joy is already with another woman. Exactly. We're going to be discussing that as we go on. OJ said she waited 3 years for a divorce. Okay. He called her an Ashawo life and direct in court of everyone. Exactly. That's why I said no. It should be, that son should be sued. So, like I said, she said one of the son defending her ex-husband called her a self-acclaimed prostitute. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So Tazeball went on to say that she was practically an executive nanny for 10 years. Executive nanny / trophy wife. Executive nanny being that it's only when he wants her to get pregnant that he gets that with her. And then being a trophy wife, anytime he has meetings, executive meetings, barbecue, dinner, whatever, he wants her fully glammed up, and then trophy wife on the hand. Meet my wife, meet my wife. That was what she was practically doing. That she was having babies and looking after the kids. She had no life or anything like that. That was practically what she was in that marriage. That she was actually not in a marriage because she did not feel any love. She doesn't felt loved. She couldn't even give love. So why, what kind of marriage was that? That was according to her. And she also said that while she was talking about all of that, that the freeze came into the light and like, hey babe, you know what? JD, that Punch newspaper is being biased, that they should have at least called him, even though they have their acquaintances. They should have called him before they ran that story. That Freeze believes that somebody paid Punch newspaper allegedly to run that story against him, even though they could have just either DM'd him to ask him before they run that story, but they decided to run that story without asking him. Like Arise News go in contact with Barry Freeze before, even till now, Arise News has not actually ran that news yet. So she also said that there was a time our oldest daughter went to visit a friend, and our oldest daughter came back and said, Mom, my friend mom and her dad share the same room. Why is it that you and daddy don't share the same room? So she was like, no, our oldest daughter is older now. It's something that she can always ask that. She has to tell her daughter that go and ask your daddy. So it's a situation whereby the kids were even aware that their mom was not sharing the same bedroom as their dad. So, I just can't imagine how toxic that environment would have been for her. And she also said that, yeah, she had 4 kids and she practically shared her bed with her kids. So she will ration it. She will have one on Monday. On Tuesday night, another kid will come. On Wednesday night, another kid will sleep in her room. On Thursday night, another kid will sleep in that. That was practically how she raised all of her children. That her children shared her bed throughout those 10 years of marriage to her ex-husband. Like, what kind of marriage is that? Like, what kind of marriage is that? So another son also called her Lovina. All of these sons were just giving her name. So one son called her glorified, self-acclaimed Ashawo. Another one called her Lovina. And then Tesbo said why she was married to her ex-husband, that she was faithful the entire 10 years. She never looked at another man. No other man saw her nude. No other man went through her legs. That she was absolutely, absolutely faithful. That if there's anybody out there who has a proof to show that she was caught with another man in the 10 years she was with her Agege ex-husband, that person should come out with the proof. That she would rather walk out of that marriage 20 times and over than cheat. And she made emphasis that in Lagos and Abuja, that there is a situation whereby some men in Lagos and Abuja, that there are lots of them, even VDM confirmed it, that they are in Lagos, and Abuja, there are some marriages whereby the husbands are agege. And their wives, they just married their wives, and then they give their wives a chance to go and see small boys to be paying them. And Facebook said she was also given that offer by agege girls, but said, well, okay, that is what it is, but you're allowed to go and meet other men. You can imagine. So this is a woman who stayed in a relationship, a loveless relationship for 10 years with an agege man. And she was given the chance to go with other men if she wants to. And she will walk over. She will file for that divorce over and over and over again than cheat. And she went on to cite the example of some women who are married, they keep cheating. Out of 4 children, 1 belongs to the husband, 3 belongs to the, that she would not live such a life, that she would rather walk out of that marriage than do so while she was married. So she claims she has lots of evidences to back up what actually happened to her in that her ex married, and then she was happy because she met somebody who valued her, who loved her, who gives her love, whom she's able to love. Let me finish all of this things I wrote down, and then we'll start talking about all the pepper soup all the spices we want to add. So that the priest now interjected and said, babe, please, so people are saying that I am a gay girl, that let the people know that am I straight? Facebook said that the priest, you are straight as a ruler. For your notice, so that the priest is straight as a ruler. That the priest is straight as a ruler. He is not a gay. They don't go through the back. He is straight as a ruler. She said that the freeze, you are straight as a ruler. Ex-husband of Tasteboard na gege. Current husband is that the freeze. He fed that your lad something. He is straight as a ruler. Straight as a ruler. So that I hope you guys have taken note that the freeze is straight as a ruler. And we saw the evidence of that from Daddy Freeze's previous marriages. Plenty children there. An ex-wife of Daddy Freeze don't come to say Daddy Freeze is a gege. So now Tasteboard has confirmed that Daddy Freeze is straight as a ruler. And Baby Freeze is the evidence of being straight. Okay? So with that being said, while she was explaining what happened, Daddy Freeze was also on that live, and it caused people that were cursing him and Tasteboard. He said what she and him and what Tasteboard and him were going through now, that it will happen to the people laughing at them. Like Daddy Freeze, that curse it's pretty more like you are cursing yourself, because you've done much more to other people. The way you dissected your Edochie's wedding and marriage and other people's matter. You see all this your show that you are doing, that you are saying that women abroad cannot hold conji, that they are sleeping abroad. I want to believe that this kind of topics we've been discussing is more or less adding to the backlash you are having now. Because you have men on your show, and men will be there talking, women abroad, they cannot be trusted. They bench behind their husband's back. They did this, that. They did this, that. Bring me onto your show. I think this is the repercussion of those kind of shows that you do. Okay, this is the kind of repercussion of those shows that you do. You bring men. Yes, there are a few times you brought women around, but your show, most of your show is mostly centered around women cheating, scandals, and stuff like that. Why don't you? I mean, you've got female children as well. Why don't you do educative like shows for young women to learn, or use your expertise as a previous presenter? Let people learn from your past experience of, okay, you were in a divorce, this was the attributes your ex-wife had, and if you knew then, you will have gone your separate way and not marry her. Share things from your experience rather than coming to talk where all they are talking about is like, oh, women abroad, don't bring, if you want to jackpot, don't jackpot with your wife. If you want to do this, don't do it with your wife. If you are in the abroad, you don't allow your wife go jackpot first before you, like, all of these talks. I think it's contributing to the backlash you are actually receiving now, that the freeze. So, okay. So that cost you are practically costing yourself. Me, I'm not laughing at you. I am not laughing at you. I'm only reacting and commenting. Okay. So Testbot went on to say that, can you stay celibate for 13 years? So this brings us to the fact that she said she filed for divorce. And like I said, the judiciary system in Nigeria is like a snail, very, very slow. And I think something has to change. Okay. Something has to change in regards to divorce cases. I did say in my previous life that there are times whereby, see, let me tell you, there's no perfect marriage. There is no perfect marriage. Me that I'm sitting here, I will not tell you I have a perfect marriage. Okay. I will not tell you that. And there's some marriages whereby rather than going for divorce straight away, they will try out separation. Separation means that do away from each other for some time. It might take 3 months, it might take 6 months, it might take a year. Separation that is going over a year, and they're not if a couple goes through separation for a year or more, trust me, they'll be heading towards divorce at the end of the day. Okay, because when it comes to separation, it might be maybe flimsy things, or it might not be flimsy, but it might maybe just be something that the woman is actually doing that the man doesn't like, and it's causing argument that they are like cat and mouse at home. Or it might be what the man is doing that's actually upsetting the wife, and she's like, you know what, if she keeps going on about this, there's no way they can get left up. So, and then when a case of separation happens, if a couple separates, it's only temporary. And for the fact that it's temporary does not mean that you cannot go and be benching another woman. No. It does not mean that the woman will now start and be benching another man. No. You are still both legally married. But just because you are separating is a trial period, it does not give you the rights. It does not give you the chance to go and be paying other parties outside. No. You still need to keep your conjugal bliss as if you're still married. Okay. So separation is not a chance for you to go and start carrying small girls. And it's not a chance for you to go and be following gigolos as a woman out there. Absolutely no. And if one of you, during the separation, if there was any evidence to show that one of you actually went to go and pay somebody else, that's an outright right to actually go for that divorce straight away. Okay, so I need to make this clear there. If there's a marriage, if there's any marriage out there that is struggling and you can't seem to come to terms with anything, but you are both trying to make amends, it's very good to try out separation. But bear in mind that you are not allowed to bring somebody else into your bed while you are going through separation. So when it now comes to divorce, in Tezbot's case, she claims that she already filed divorce proceedings. She said she did not knew that the freeze at any time during her marriage to her ex-husband. And when she divorced, she said she still did not know that the freeze. She said she did not know that the freeze even after she already filed for divorce. So let me read comments. DF loves women. You can see it inside. It likes women. Men that are fair in complexion, they like women. I won't lie to you. OJ said Agege, people also have kids. Yes, they do. They are a slice Agege in between. Vivi said, yes, he always putting women that he does that a lot. Yeah, he does that. Abby said, my own problem with the freeze is that for some reason they aren't giving us the timelines. That must be done on purpose. Yeah, they are not giving us the timeline. Like for me now, she said she filed for divorce. When did she actually file for divorce? And when did she meet that freeze? So I don't know how old baby Freeze is now. Their son, I don't know how old he is. So she said she filed for divorce in January of 2012, and it's now 12 years. So I believe baby Freeze is 9 years old. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong. Let me Google it. Let me Google it. How old is baby Freeze? How old is Daddy Freeze's son? I think baby Freeze is so as of 2002, he was 7 years old. So he's 9 years old now. Baby Freeze is 9 years old now. Because as of 2002, as of 2022, he was 7 years old. So this is a news on Nigeria, on Naira Land. This was his birthday in 2022 when he clocked 7. So he's now 9 years old. So Tezbot says she filed for divorce in 2012. So she apparently met Daddy Freeze maybe a year or two after she filed for divorce. Because if baby Freeze is now 9 years old and she filed for divorce in 2012, so it was not as if she was not as if she was benching Daddy Freeze, because if she was benching Daddy Freeze in between before she filed for divorce, then baby Freeze would be older than what we are saying now. So baby Freeze is 9 years old. So I want to believe that she met Daddy Freeze after she has already filed for divorce. I'm going to read comments. Glory said, is she speaking the truth that she didn't know that she said during her marriage to her ex-husband that she did not know that the freeze. She's claiming she did not know that the freeze, but I would love if she could confirm when after she filed for divorce did she meet that the freeze, or if she could just say she met that the freeze after she filed for divorce. That is the narrative she's giving us. But when actually, see if we know the year. But I think the year is straightforward. So baby Freeze is 9 years old. She said she filed for divorce in 2012. So I want to believe that she probably met or she started benching Daddy Freeze after 2012, not before 2012. Okay. So this is allegedly. I'm just calculating. We are doing calculation here. I'm not saying I know the fact though. So because she claimed that she did not know Daddy Freeze at any time during her marriage, and when she filed, she did not know. Well, I've not heard her confirm that she did not know Daddy Freeze after she filed for divorce, but she's claiming that it was after she filed for divorce that she met Daddy Freeze. That's what she said. So let me read comments. Abby said, the best way to clear doubt is to give timelines. What year did you meet? When did you start dating? Moving exactly. Hi, Motorayo. Daddy Freeze that is shouting, they didn't call him before putting the story out. I'm surprised because that's exactly what he does to other people. You are right, Motorayo. Abby said, they need to put out all the timelines, otherwise it seems dodgy. Yes. OJ said, the issue is more deeper than we can imagine. Yeah. So with that being said, she also said that she has a WhatsApp group called Life's Journey with Benedicta. So this WhatsApp group consists of women who are in a closet relationship. So closet relationship means that their husbands are allegedly ageges. So she's giving them support. And she says that for the fact that she came out to talk about this, she's only come out to talk about this to give them support that the person that you guys are looking up to is fighting this case. And don't think that you will not be able to get out of your own marriage, because I believe that WhatsApp group she has, those women are also trying to get out of the kind of marriage she also got out from. And then I've already discussed about the fact that, when she was going to go testify in court years ago, her ex-husband allegedly arranged for kidnappers to kidnap her. They caught one of the kidnappers who confessed that it was her ex-husband who asked that they should go kidnap her. So hence that interview she did with Linda Ikeji. I saw that interview yesterday. She was she looked so young in that video, in that interview. And it was with Linda Ikeji. It was with Linda Ikeji where she was, where she said the reason why she did that in the interview. It's on Tunde Ednut's page. So if you've not watched it, go and watch it. She said why she came out to do that interview was shortly after she was attempted kidnap failed, that she had to go during that interview there so that in case she goes missing or anything happens to her or anything happens to any of her kids, they will know who to hold responsible. So that was her first interview then. So so I guess that was and then she said the policeman she reported that case to was a backyard. So I guess that guy is a police station or is in another problem of his own now. So with all being said, she said that she will fight this case, that she will keep fighting. And if people are going to call her an adulterous woman for moving on after she filed for a divorce, that she will gladly wear that crown. So now let's go to the case of divorce in Nigeria. We all know that everything in Nigeria is in total shambles right now. We all know that. I'm going to put this so I can follow up with comments. Let me read comments, okay? Abby said they need to put out. Okay, I've read that one. Please, Mama Jojo said, yeah, he is 9. I don't understand. Oh, why the double standards? I believe her, but what about her husband who was sleeping with men during their marriage? Exactly. We're going to be talking about that. Vivi said, Mom of 5, your hair is giving. Just at. Thank you so much, Vivi. Thank you. I love it. Like this color combo. I've never had this color combo before. I just bought a 613 extension and a color 1B, and I asked her to mix it, and it came out really beautiful. I think I look beautiful in blonde hairs. See this hair, 12 weeks. Oh, she met her 3 months. It will stay on my head because I love it. It's giving, right? I want to blind some people that are not meant to be watching me, but they are watching. Abby said irrelevant information makes us sound guilty, in my opinion. Okay, she kept on going on and going on about it. It's okay if you want to defend yourself, all right. Mental style, please. I want to ask simple question. Why mental style? I don't have an answer for you. Okay, this is social media. We are all creating content here. I guess you should not be here. Okay, or you can go ask Daddy Freeze. It's your color for real. Thank you. So let's talk about the judiciary system. So what Taste Board is coming out to say now is that she has every right to move on in another relationship after filing for divorce. And I think that should be the new. I think something has to change. I think that should be the norm. Okay. She was not separated. She already filed for divorce. So I believe either a man or a woman who may have already filed for divorce, even though the case is in court, for the fact that they have already filed for divorce and the case is in court, they should be allowed to move on. That is my opinion. You all might not agree with me, but that is my opinion. And in this case, excuse me, in this case, she has more than enough evidence that will have allowed them to speed up that divorce process. And what evidence am I talking about here? Evidence that her ex-husband was an agege. They had different sexual orientation. That's enough ground. See, if you get married tomorrow and then on the night of your wedding, or the night after your wedding, you caught your new husband with an agege man. Please, it's enough ground to, divorce that man right away. Sorry, guys. I'm going to quickly drink water. So I felt in Taste Board's case, she has enough evidence to show that enough evidence to speed up a divorce case. One, she has evidence of battery, domestic violence, which she said that our children had seen a few of those battery cases. They've seen where their dad has physically laid his hands on her. Those two, see, even just the one, for the fact that they share different sexual orientation, that it's an enough ground for the court to have sped up their divorce case. Like I said, in my own opinion, either it's the man or the woman, as long as they've both filed, they've already sent suit to each other, it was in this case, Tazebot was the one who filed for divorce. She's already sent out divorce proceedings to the husband, and it's now in the court. It's already been acknowledged in court. They should allow them move on. They should allow them move on. And in her case, nothing should have. Why did a divorce case took so long? 12 years. Like, is that a freaking joke? Why should divorce cases be taking 12 years? It is not a murder case. It is not something else. I don't marry again. Go your way, I go my way. Why do I have to wait 12 years to move on? As a woman. So now, let's say this brother has not moved on. So she left that marriage at the age of 33 years old. I mean, she already had 4 kids. She can decide not to have any more kids. She might decide not to actually maybe get married with another man, but if she wants to keep benching, she can still keep benching and nobody will know. But in her own way, she was lucky to find a suitable man in that the freeze, and then she moved on. So our fight now, or our argument now, is that she has every right to move on in another relationship because she already filed for divorce to let the public or Nigeria courts know that she is no longer wanting to be in that marriage anymore. So why should she have to wait 12 years for the courts to decide or to finalize that divorce procedure? So she filed for divorce in 2012. She's going to be 46 years old now. So even right now, they've not even finalized the divorce. So which meant that she won't be able to hold or have any relationship with another man. 13 years along the line, like, Nigerian courts are a freaking joke. And I think this has to change. And in most times, it's the Nigerian women that always caught up in this. And like I said in my previous live, that why do African men, now let me be specific, Nigerian men, why do some Nigerian men find it so difficult to let women go when they say they don't want to be involved with them anymore? Why do some Nigerian men find it difficult? Even though it's glaring that they had a cause or the issue in the relationship and the woman decides to go. Why do some men find it really difficult to let women go once they say they are no longer interested? Why? Why? Is the man who will go out there to go put his cucumber in anything under his skirts. And then same man will come back, come apologize to the woman, and the woman is allowed to stay and take all of that trash. But when a woman does the same thing, the man is allowed to throw her out of the house without anything. Why? And I was asking these questions yesterday that it's starting to look as if it's starting to look as if being a female, being a woman in Nigeria is actually looking like a crime, being a woman in Nigeria. And like I said, something has to change. Something has to change. Tazebot said her ex-husband threatened her that if you're going to go ahead with this divorce, I will drag you to your gray hairs, which means that this man did not actually want her to move on. That man did not actually want her to have a loving relationship other than him. It's obviously clear, like, you know what, you're not fulfilling your marital duties with this woman, and you want her to stay put. At some point, she mentioned that she was placed on antidepressants, that she suffered acute depression. Acute depression is not a joke. Acute depression is not a freaking joke. She was placed on the antidepressant, which she refused to take. And I must commend her, because once you start those antidepressant tablets, you would think you've seen Jesus, but trust me, you are digging your grave. Because you get addicted on those antidepressants, it's going to be difficult for you to wean yourself off it, and then you experience other symptoms. Other symptoms that will mean that you are now being placed on more medication. So you are using antidepressant for being depressed, and then you are getting side effects, and then they will now give you more tablets to counter the effect of the antidepressant, and then that's the way you will gradually go flatline. I'm going to read comments. Abby said, yes, marriage under false pretenses. Absolutely. OJ said, please drink some water. Thank you. I'm cooking, so I think I'm sure my kid will not eat that soup. It's probably too spicy. And Vivi said that's completely unreasonable. Hence why I believe don't judge people. Okay. I had to because they consider women as their property, which is absolutely wrong. Women are not properties. In a relationship, it takes two to tango. Okay. It takes two to tango. And even as me as a married woman here, even though I am married, I have been married to my husband. It's going to be 20 years in October of this year. If Oga say, oh yeah, open your leg. If I say I don't, Oga cannot force me. If Oga say I must do, I have every right to call Olopa and say, I tell this one, say I don't want to do, and he won't force me. Olopa will tell him to pack his clothes and leave. You can't do that in Nigeria, not even in African country. As a married woman, you have the right to say yes, and your yes be your yes. And you have a right to say no, and your no should be your no. It should be a decision nobody should take away from you. It's like you giving consent. You have a right to give consent, and you have a right to withdraw your consent if you're not comfortable with it. But our African society is toxic. And as it is, some of these men, they cannot be on their own. They cannot be on their own. Women will be on their own, jejely. You go and meet the one, you go and toast pay her. You say you go and toast her, you say you want her. You marry her, finish, you now start misbehaving. Why didn't you just leave her on her own? Victoria Dowda, hi Victoria. It's so unfair to her. Clearly, exactly, like why would they expect her to wait 13 freaking years to move on? Let's assume that she did not have any children for this ex-husband. So she will still be waiting. She go reach menopause, she no go born pikin. Just because the court decided to. I believe they intentionally did this to her. Yes, I believe there's a power that intentionally made sure this divorce proceeding took this long. But then, taste board, I'm to sharp woman. She find smart, she find handsome man, she follow handsome man go. Say, I not go use now, won't block my own. But how many women will act in that way? Because for the fact that she's done this, people are saying she's an adulterous woman. And I think for her to clear herself of being called an adulterous woman, she needs to come up with a real timeline of exactly when she started dating Daddy Freeze. Tasteboard, I have no right to ask you, but I felt if you give people the timeline, or maybe if Daddy Freeze gives the timeline of when he actually met you, then people will stop labeling you as an adulterous woman. And then I heard that laughing cow with a nose ring. I heard his narrative, or I heard his reaction of Tasteboard's video, and I felt irritated. I felt nauseated. He was still talking nonsense. He was still talking nonsense, shading the woman, saying, just because you file for divorce does not mean that you can go and be committing adultery, and that yes, you committed adultery. That was what VDM said. That yes, let me show you, let me play the video. That she committed adultery. Say, I'm going to read a comment also that I found somewhere. Let me go to that VDM's video. It's going to take me a while to like that guy. I don't like him. I must confess, guys. I don't like him.
I see your wife video and I don't watch your live. All I can say is this. You and your wife need to come on my live. Let me ask you good questions. You don't say that's what you said you do. And you cannot decline. I have to bring some of you on my live. Because what your wife is saying, it does not make sense. Because she say she don't file for divorce, the divorce they take long. Now at that time, now it's off, now take doke. You understand? Saying that type of that take doke. And we all know these things. If you are legally married to somebody, if the law does not break two of you, that means you people are still married. So I don't know what she's trying to say, but from what I can see is that she might be an adulteress. You know, she might be an adulteress.
She might be an adulteress.
Because she was still legally married. So that's why I say she has to come on my life. And then that pastor, she's saying the man and the ex, and she catch the man with another man according to it at the year. Do you understand? That part, I'm not going to argue that part so much because I know for the facts.
So he confirmed that, that he said he actually knows some celebrities who are in that, a gay relationship, a married woman and all. So that's him saying that, you might have committed adultery. That Tasteboard needs to come to that. See, if they go to this guy's live, I swear to God, I will stop following both of them. I'll stop following both of them because what do you want to go and discuss on his life? What has he got to say? Who is he? So with that being said, there's a post I saw. There's a lady that I'm following. She's called Yeye Kudi, and she wrote a post. So people are still saying that even though you've filed for divorce, it does not give you the ground to move on. And I think that's trash. I think the law has to change. So in her case, assuming she was waiting for the court to do. So as the man, the agege man that has been benching another man in their marriage, oh, has he not had many more partners since the divorce? As he just because agege men know they born pikin as proof, so we don't see evidence of their doking. But in Tasteboard's case, there's evidence of doking because baby face did it. But the agege man now, he cannot come out and say he has not been doking on his partner. Because obviously agege men, they know they get evidence of their doking. I think the law has to change. It could be a man tomorrow that's filed, but trust me, man will still be putting his cucumber somewhere. Man will be putting his cucumber somewhere, you won't catch him. This is not fair. It's not fair. I don't see the need for a divorce case to be taking 13 freaking years. And that the first was saying something like that Tasteboard has some properties that were in her name, and this man is still laying hold on them. Why? And he did mention that when he was divorcing his own ex-wife, all the things the court asked him to give, she got. That why is it now different? It's a woman now because a woman left the man. She's not able to get anything from the ex-husband, even though he's financially capable. Women, I'm going to say this to you. I'm not teaching you, but if you're in a relation, if you're in a marriage, if you're in a marriage and you're going to get, if you're going to be involved in the same portfolio as your husband, if you both of you are going to have one portfolio, make sure it's your name. So I'm going to use myself as an example. If both of you and your husband have one portfolio, that is all of your properties, finances, everything is in one portfolio, your name has to be, for example, my name is Wemimo. So it will be Wemimo. My other name is Modupe. And then my maiden name, let's say my maiden name is Olayiwola. So it will be Wemimo, Mrs. Wemimo, Modupe, Olayiwola, my maiden name, and then my married name. Don't ever do Mrs. your married name. No, because there are many more your married name can come after you. And God forbid you buy the next married name that he brings after you, we step onto those things. We will not give our night food to our enemies to eat. If you're a woman who is married and you're watching me, and you believe in, joining properties, investments together with your husband, make sure he has your name. So if you're just using your first name, fine. If you have we Yoruba people, we always have lots of names. Use your name, your middle name, followed by your maiden name, and then your married name. All of my own. That's how I place them. That's how I place them. I hope you learn that. So, like I said, there's no reason why the court delayed that divorce proceeding for a year. I mean, not a year, 13 freaking years. Even though she has enough grants and there are enough evidence for that divorce proceeding to be sped up. And this is just the same case as Yul Edochie as well. So Yul already had a child with another woman while still married with May. So this is exactly the same case while still married with May. Yul has denied marrying Judy, saying they were doing skits in a produce one pikin. And even while they were still in the relationship, I think before I don't think May has filed for divorce before it was announced that Yul fathered a second child with Judy. So Yul is practically still married to May, and he fathered 2 children outside. So now that Yul has now moved on with another woman, he's refusing to sign the divorce documents. Tell me why May cannot move on. Because this is exactly the case. So if May did exactly what Tasteboard did do now, people will label her as an adulterer, saying because she's still married to Yul. But Yul is allowed to father 2 children, and May cannot move on. It's not fair. It's not fair. There's enough evidence of adultery here as well. He's fathered 2 children, and there's been news that he actually marries Judy. and the e-goat is refusing to sign court divorce papers. Guys, women, something has to change. Something has to change. I'm going to read comment now. We're going to start random. And I've not forgotten about that post I want to read. Like I said, I found a post on Yeye Kudi. I'm going to read it, but let me quickly read comments. Godwinella, people chose to marry in court so that the court can protect them legally, e.g., in the case where the man dies and the woman is being denied their rights. In this case, people will not be doing court wedding again, because it seems like it's not favoring the woman at the end of the day. So why act in concept of the same court process? So you are saying that it's all right for a court to delay a divorce case for 13 years? No. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with you, Godwinella. No. If I'm divorcing and I have enough evidence to say that I can walk out of my marriage and not look back, why would the court want to keep it for 13 years before I can move on? When she has a clear evidence to say this is the real, okay, even if not for anything else, okay, if they do man, I don't know say they do man. If I know say they do man, I don't go marry him. So because if they do man, I don't want to do again. Oh yeah, court, no, I dissolve this marriage. Maximum, okay, it take 3 months. They should dissolve the marriage and let them go on their own. Why wait 13 years? Now the man is feeling big. He felt yes. Even though there's a threat to say that, he said if the even Facebook says she's got evidence of where this man was begging her, like big time begging, promising her lots of things. You can have your own boy on the side to toss pay you. And she refused. She said no. And this man said, okay, if you decide to go ahead with this divorce, I will drag you through the court till your gray hair. Why? I'm not reading Godwin's comment anymore, because in as much as the court is for the women's right, but in this case, they are not protecting her rights. They are not. How do you expect her to stay celibate for 13 freaking years? Is she a nun? So she's suddenly going to be a nun. After paying and giving birth to 4 children, they want to sell her to Mother Jesus or Mary or Mother Mary. She should not become a nun, a sister. But then the man can continue living his life, jumping from one guy to another. No. Hence why that advice I give you as a woman, okay? Any portfolio, put your name, your married name, put your name, your maiden name, or your married name, or better still, do your portfolio separately. So you know if anything happens, you will not be left empty-handed. And there's a reason why you must have a work doing. I'm drumming this into your ears. You must have a job doing as a woman. I don't care how rich your husband is. I don't care if he's Bill Gates. You must have something doing. Even if you're not working at that moment, you must have a skill. Like, you know that if what happens, once you start up on that skill, you will do just fine. OJ said it's all control. Attire. Victoria Dowda says something must change. But women have suffered. Something has to change. It has to change. So it's all right for y'all to keep digging into Judy, producing babies, but May cannot go and find a gigolo to satisfy her. Ordinary booby, where Judy, where May go do? That ego came out to say, hey, you went to do booby. You did not tell me. Why should she tell you? Why should she tell you? You've moved on to a booby. Why is what May does with her chest any of your bloody business anymore? Why should she tell you? You freaking went with another woman. You've both produced 2 babies. And then you came out to come and mess this woman saying she went to do boob job and she did not tell you. Like, why should she tell you? Choice TV, happy Sunday, welcome. Vivi said the ex-husband is a narcissist and has control, addition to control. Absolutely, he is. Glory said exactly. Choice TV, I shock with 10 years divorce. 13 years, wait till me 10 years. 13 years. 13 years. It's sad. Bogoham and people are judging her. They are calling her names, calling her an adulterer woman, saying that now after 4 kids you can't say that a gay man, you know, if you stay with them anymore. Like, she was born in that marriage. And just like a video that I saw earlier on, this guy was like, he saw this elderly man washing a very old man washing a windscreen. That this kind of man will have that old people should work in their young life. So not saying that probably that man did not work and keep money during his young age. And I'm like, how do you know that that was the situation? You can't judge people's life. You can only judge people's life only if you live that life with them. So just because you saw an elderly man picking rubbish on the street as a job, you are now saying, oh, during his younger years, he did not work to save money. How did you know that? Did you live his life with him? Did you know his story? Did you know? And I'm like, what makes you think that that was what happened? Did you live his life with him? So none of us here talking here knows what transpired, what she went through in that marriage with her ex-husband. So we really can't judge her. I mean, I'm telling you here, God forbid I ever have to divorce my husband. As long as the divorce day there, mommy, I'm moving on. I will move on. We saw cases of men whose wife suddenly passed away. How many of them is staying 2 years before getting married to another woman? How many of them? How many of them? Your wife of that you claimed you love, till they do you part. How long have they passed away and you've brought in another woman? It's easier. Things like this are very, very easy for men to do, but not so easy for women, especially when there are kids involved. I'm going to catch up on comments and then I'm going to read this post I want to read. Victoria, that I'm shocked to have a like panyo. Ataya oko panyo. Odo wo shock. Odo for common you. You now want to keep her like a nun. Any house mob. Try and open your ears. It's not good to talk too much. Abby, tell me, help me tell them, Abby. Vivi said, can you stay celibate for over 10 years, waiting for a divorce to be realistic and stop being judgmental? Exactly. None of them can even wait 3 months. Me, anytime that maybe I'm upset with my husband, I'm like, no, talk. By a second week, I'm already like looking for ways. I won't ask who, but I will try to do some signal to let him know that, okay, I have shall forgive you, baby. Not to talk of 13 years. Woman, they suffer. Yes, TV, yes, Choice TV. Glory said that someone powerful was behind the case. I believe someone was behind that case that made it stretch that to that extent. Bogoam said it's crazy. The most important thing, they are happily married. That's why there's all these 8 cases in Africa because women go both. Exactly, yeah. She says she's happy with Daddy Freeze. And Daddy Freeze was saying on his life that anytime he goes shopping, he buys his wife Gucci gang. When he goes shopping for himself, he buys himself Gucci. And when he goes shopping for the kids, he gives them Primark or Zara. That's how it should be. Because it's your time. You look after yourself. And when the kids grow older, they're working, they get to look after themselves as well. And that's what I'm starting to do now. If I see something I like, I buy it as long as it's not going to impact my finances. And when the kids are old enough, they have started making money, they can buy whatever they want to achieve for themselves. Or they can buy what they want for themselves. But if I see anything I like now, I will buy it. Vivi said it will be dragging the divorce so as to frustrate the man, just as he promised her. Exactly, that's what he is doing now. Abby said simply just being a woman and dress enough. Unfortunately, exactly, it is. Abby said a powerful person doesn't even have to be behind the case. Country just doesn't feel it doesn't. Abby said amazing advice. Thank you. You're welcome, Abby. Choice said, I agree with you. Full names, exactly. Full names. So not only Mrs. Add all your name. If not 20 names, your papa give you where they born you. Add 20 names. Paper no they finish. Pen no they ink no they finish for pen. They go write them. Y'all has a problem. I believe so. Hi Valerie. It says Valerie said he is Odogu. What is Odogu? Vivi said men are something else. Did he tell me that he was having kids outside? Only you can imagine. Mary found out through Gist Lover. Can you imagine? That kind of deceit, that kind of hurt. I don't know how that woman is able to, to still pull strong. I don't know how she will. I don't know how she do it. I don't know. Me, I don't get peace. I don't get apology. Me or apology. I don't know how they say it. I don't have something like no time for nonsense. No, before you barricade my way, I don't block you and barricade come out. Time waste for nobody. Hello Dalinaga, how are you? So let's read this post I found on Yeye Kudi. I only started watching the Yeye Kudi, and she said so if in case you want to find out on Instagram, she's Yeye_Kudi_culture. If anybody wants to come on stage, let me know and I'll drop the link in the comment section. I only want to be here for an hour, but it's been an hour 15 minutes now. So I'm going to read the post. So Yeye Kudi said, truth be told, The court wouldn't award your ex-husband 5 million naira from Daddy Freeze if there is no proof of adultery. Adultery simply means having S3X with an opposite SEX while still legally married. You were still married to your husband even if you had filed for divorce. Your husband was able to prove it to the court that Daddy Freeze committed adultery with you, hence the fine. Daddy Freeze said no, he did not commit any adultery. So I want to believe that maybe they not telling us the timeline is the only proof they have that they did not commit adultery. It is not allowed for both genders, and so stop saying it applies to only women. What applies to women also applies to men as long as it is a marriage under the Act. A good illustration is the ongoing case of May versus Yul and Judy. As we speak, Judy is also committing same as Daddy Freeze, and she will also pay dearly for it when the court decides. You all know this and know peace. Marriage under the Act is not customary marriage that is easily dissolved. It takes time until it is dissolved. Any sexual activity outside it is adultery, period. Daddy Freeze, go and pay that money. Judy, be guiding yours too. You must pay it too in due course. Like I said, something has to change. Maybe they need to open more judiciary courts because I don't understand why a divorce case should be taking 13 years. It's, excuse me, it's not a murder case. It's not a murder case. Why is it taking 13 years? I'm going to drop the link in the comment section if anybody want to come on live. If you want to come onto stage, let me know. I'm just going to drop the link in the comment section, and they'll take a couple of calls. I mean, take a couple of people to join on stage, and then we will round up. Like I said, something has to change. It's not fair. I've dropped the link in the comment section if anybody wants to come on stage. It's not fair that divorce proceedings is taking 13 years. It's not. It's not fair. And this is a man who has refused to take responsibility of the 4 kids this woman had for him. You know, asking a woman that you want a sole custody. And I love the fact that she went on to say that she's team allow your baby's fathers be a part of your kids' life. So there's somebody on the stage here. Um, Hello, Jojo.
Hello, my darling. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. How are you?
Good. I'm from Liberia, and
Oh,
I think what has to happen to me though. I think women should protest, and there should be a petition brought to the court because this is not fair. The
it's not.
double
No.
the double standards is so the double standard is so overt, and this is why you see some of our African men when they come to America and they see how America appreciates women, protect
Yeah.
women and children, and they come to
Mhm,
abroad or they come to
mhm,
the West, they see how
mhm.
women are protected and they see how the law is equitably distributed before both genders. They
Yeah.
get so mad and they get so angry. And when you see them coming on social media, the reason why they be coming on social media is because they are applying the African lifestyle and culture in a system where the law works.
Yeah.
Because she had proof that she
Mhm.
caught her husband in an affair. That
Yes.
alone, if it were America, she would have collected everything, collected
Mhm,
as much because she had evidence. And
mhm.
now the thing is that, and I don't understand these judges, the people in power, they have daughters, they have sisters,
Exactly.
they have mothers.
Mhm,
So you would think that okay, it could be my sister, it could be my daughter, it could be my mother, it could be my niece. What
mhm.
if it were my female relatives in her position? What do I
What would they
expect
do?
her to do? But
Mhm,
what I think though, I'm from Liberia and I lived in America for a long time. What I think that
mhm,
needs to happen, the women need to protest. They need,
mhm.
if they can go to the United Nations or they go to the international body, they
I
need to
think
do.
I think in this regard, the Minister for Women Affairs will be the best person to, chase this up because how can we have a Minister for Women Affairs and a woman is having to wait 13 years for a divorce to be finalized? Like,
No, but a mom of five. Let's look at this too, though. My secretary in my office, she's Yoruba. Her name is Motukwe too, but we call her
oh,
Dukwe. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
let's look at it too though. If that woman of culture is that woman of whatever women affair is of the cultural mindset that women should
Mm-hmm.
not say a word, that divorce is bad, and no matter what, marriage is for life, the women
Mm-hmm.
there will be fighting or losing battle.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting or losing battle. So in order for the women, there should be a movement because to be honest with you, I don't think I'm a Liberian though. It doesn't happen in Liberia like that. Though. In Liberia, it's an African country. Maybe because we don't have culture. But there is no way she called her husband. The men should even be ashamed. The court should even be condemning the man that you are married and you should not be cheating on your wife. You are causing her
Mm-hmm.
mental torture. You are embarrassing her. You are
Mm-hmm.
destroying your family. We see none of that coming towards the man.
Yeah.
And she
Mm-hmm.
left because I listened to the interview. She said she left the marriage. She said she did not even know Daddy Freeze. And she has
Exactly.
challenged anybody because news don't hide. She said
Mm-hmm.
she said she challenged anybody if they know or have any record or evidence of her knowing Daddy Freeze
Mm-hmm.
before she got divorced, before she filed for her divorce, they should come
Mm-hmm.
up. If those evidences were there, I think
Mm-hmm.
someone would have come on now. And
Well, we are waiting.
who 11 years? What you
I
expect?
know.
What you expect? So the laws, okay, what about the guy who was, and can that man vow before God that for the time he has been separated from his wife, he had not touched another man? Can
Mm-hmm.
he take an oath that something should happen to him? Of course, he's going around with having his case. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
taking his lovers around. So why
Mm-hmm.
would the rules be different?
I know. It's crazy. It's
And you know
crazy.
what? I cannot judge her because I myself, I did the similar thing. I'm not going to lie. And that's why I was calling. Maybe one day I'll tell my story. When
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
When after when my marriage went sour and I called the pastors, I called the elders, and I called everybody to talk to my ex-husband. And
Mm-hmm.
he said the Bible was Western philosophy. The Bible was written by white people. He would not listen to anyone. He wanted a divorce. That's what he told the pastor. That's what he told the elders. That's what he told everybody. Right? He said
Mm-hmm.
he wanted a divorce. I went to the court in Minneapolis. I filed my divorce, and I had a male friend that we used to go dancing. We used to go
Mm-hmm.
out together. I did that because I never cheated the whole while. But when he
Yeah.
gave the evidence that he did not want the marriage, he told the elders, he told the pastors. I went to
Mm-hmm.
court. But I was not ready to remarry yet, right? But I had
Mm-hmm.
a male friend. We used to go
Yeah.
out. We used to go
Mm-hmm.
to the park. We used to
Mm-hmm.
go to meeting and parties together. We used to go
Mm-hmm.
running together. He was a good friend, but the reason why I left the relationship because I did not want to commit. I wanted time to heal. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted time to go back to school. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
time to start a business. I wanted time to be so independent for myself to put my
Yeah.
life together. But
Mm-hmm.
trust me, everybody knew I was with that guy
Mm-hmm.
because my ex-husband told the pastor, he told the
That it doesn't
elders,
want
he
to.
told the family, he did not want
Mm-hmm.
the marriage. And
Yeah.
in order to
Mm-hmm.
honor that, I filed for divorce and I
Mm-hmm.
had a boy. Of course, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
will
It's
not,
fine.
because
Yeah.
guess what? I had to do what I had to do. So
Yeah.
you wanted
Absolutely.
me, what if she didn't have children?
Mm-hmm.
So she will wait 11 years, 46. She already
I
approaching
know.
menopause. So she
I
that
know.
now she will be going to look for husband and look for children.
Can you imagine? Yeah, exactly. It's
No,
crazy. Something has to change.
I think
Something has to
case by
change.
case. So if I were in Nigeria, the women that believe this way, my dear, not all women,
Mm-hmm.
not all of us believe what we saying though. Like,
Yeah.
can
Mm-hmm.
you imagine what I've seen? Unlike a Liberian woman, where when she catches her husband cheating, she will go and jump on her husband. I've seen it
Mm-hmm.
so far. Most Nigerian women, when they catch their husband cheating, they'll go after the side chick. But you
Yeah.
don't
I
know the
know.
lie. You don't know the lie that your husband
Yeah.
told the side chick because maybe he told her
Yeah.
he was single, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying good luck on this one, and I'm hoping that the Nigerian women muster the courage, the bravery to get up and say something must change, or else we will have this over and over, and the justice system is to be blamed because you
I
can't
know.
force two people when a marriage is not working. It's not working. Now, guess
Exactly.
what? The same people that are clapping for Judy and Yo is still married on the ad. Let Queen May go and get a
I know.
boyfriend. They will crucify her. And that's
I
the
know.
double standards.
Mhm,
Thank you, Queen. You're doing a good job and have a blessed day.
mhm.
Let you let others come in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mama Jojo. Thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. So I think we've got, is that Abby or Dalinaga we've got there?
It's Abby.
Hi, Abby. How
Good
are
evening,
you?
Mama Five. I'm good, thank you. Good evening,
Good, good.
everybody. So I just wanted to
Mhm.
touch on the fact that I think I said in the chat that I wish they would just tell us the timelines. But I think you
Yeah,
also mentioned Mama Five that it's possibly not a thing they can do because it's in the Supreme Court. So there's probably certain things they're not allowed to say, or
yeah.
they've been
Mhm.
advised by their
That's why
legal
I
team
think,
not
yeah,
to
maybe that would
say.
be their own evidence that they were
Yeah,
not, because Darifis said he did not commit. He actually said this after that he did not commit adultery.
yeah, possibly. So I want to speak about fighting for women's rights and the things that Nigerian women go through. I think that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those things actually start from our households, to be very
Yeah.
honest. And we're from a country where things like even leaving your husband and stuff is seen as an embarrassment to the family. We
Mm-hmm.
know of families that you dare not go back to your dad's house, even if you were having problems. Your parents wouldn't take you back in. That is
Mm-hmm.
very common in Nigeria. So sometimes it starts with the families where it's like your home as a parent should still be open to your female children
Yeah.
regardless of if they are married or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it starts
Mm-hmm.
with things like that. Also, we were here when a certain woman, I don't know if she's minister, if it's the minister of women
Women
affairs,
are
or
here.
someone
Yeah.
of someone of that has that sort of post similar,
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
she had a petition against the whole thing with like marrying of younger girls in the north,
Oh yes. Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
we saw what happened to her. Things
Yeah.
are not that straightforward. Even for
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like we count our blessings that a lot of Nigerian women even hold certain positions now. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
like a privilege. And I want you
Yeah.
guys to know, Mom of I should have sent you that post on Insta. That is not only a Nigerian thing. There's a post that's going around right now of someone educating us about Gucci. The high street
Mm-hmm.
store does not allow women to hold certain positions in their company, only men.
Really?
So yeah, he had sons and a daughter, and when he passed, he only willed all of the shares to his sons, and is a policy right now, and
Wow.
that's, I believe Gucci is Italian, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like,
Wow.
you know what I mean? So it's just even things like that where it's just like, yes, it's very common in Nigeria. That's what we're probably used to. But it happens
Mm-hmm.
all the time. I live in the UK, and I've seen Oyinbo men that have that mentality of what women, you know, should have and what women shouldn't
Yeah.
have.
What you don't have.
So the thing is, even here to our faces, we saw the woman that is meant to be fighting for women affairs or whatever in Nigeria was petitioned by the government because she said no to
No.
child
Yeah.
marriage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where do we even go from here? It's again, like I said, if it starts from our houses where your female children are not allowed back home because it's
Yeah.
embarrassing, are not allowed to leave their marriages because it's an embarrassment or a disgrace to the family,
To the
then
family.
why are we
Yeah.
talking about the government? Your own home doesn't care for you
Yeah.
first.
I
It's
know.
not people that care about you. So
Mm.
it's just it's,
Yeah.
it's, it's just a whole terrible. I don't know. It's almost like those sort of things cannot be fixed because it has deeply eaten into the culture and to us individually. We know
Yeah.
of women that keep having children because they haven't had a female child
Female child. Mm-hmm.
yet. Do you know what
Or
I mean? And
even
some
when
of
keep
them,
having children because they don't have a male child as
sorry,
well.
a male
It's
child.
vice
I mean,
versa.
I meant the other way. And
A male
some do it
child.
for female children as well, but mostly we know it's more common with like
Yeah.
male children.
Yeah.
So these are
Mm-hmm.
some of the issues, and a lot of times you even check some of these people. They even have master's degrees, so it's not even an education problem. It's a
Yeah. You're right.
mentality. The
Mm-hmm.
deep. It's just So I don't know. So it's a deep problem. Where
No.
do we start from?
It's sad, in this case it's sad, but we'll see how it is. And then I think this should be like an advice for Daddy Freeze. You should stop all this program that he does where he's allowing men to come onto his show and they are trash talking about women. you know it comes like, because for me, watching any of those videos of this, I don't see them as educative in any way, because what has those japa with your wife got to do with women learning or the men learning? Because at the end of the day, an African man coming to the abroad is coming with a different mentality, the mentality of a society where you're allowed to raise your hand at a woman, you're allowed to treat women as trash. And then you now come into a society whereby such is not allowed. And the wife who is used to you turning out to a punchy bag realize that, oh, this thing that this man does to me back home in Nigeria, if he does it here, I have the upper hand. What woman will not take use or make use of such information or such services, knowing that that is our own escape route? And then you now come here, don't bring your wife to Jackpot. Why not say the men should be open to, like, they should unlearn the attitude they have from when they were back in Nigeria. Once they come abroad, learn that you cannot raise your hand on your woman, even though you've been doing it before you left. If you come abroad, you can't do that. Why
I
not
mean,
use a platform to teach them so rather than say, don't jackpot with your wife, or women who are abroad, they can't stay put because they cheat around in all of those trashy talks about women.
Daddy Freeze is very weird to me because he says lots of things that I agree with, and then he just contradicts himself with the next thing.
Yeah,
Because
true.
this same person that has this sort of mentality, you will think that he's the sole provider in his
Mm-hmm.
family. But he speaks about how Taste Boss chips in financially. So if you have
Yeah,
you have such a traditional mentality. But as a traditional man, why is your wife spending a kobo, a pound?
exactly. Yeah,
Like, you
you
want to be a
demanding that you
traditional
should
man,
provide
carry it
everything.
with, carry with your full chest. Don't be
With
doing
your
half
full
and
chest,
half.
yeah.
That's what I don't like about
Exactly.
Daddy Freeze. Is like he wants to be a traditional man so bad, but there are things that he doesn't agree with. He doesn't agree that women
Yeah.
should be doing anything. That's not traditionalist behavior now.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
confuses me because there's so many things where I'm just like, you know what? I admire your mentality. Then other things is just like,
Mm-hmm.
who is this person? It's not the same person that said something else yesterday. You know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
honestly, as another thing is we need to also learn to go, grow with the times. Because this is what I'm saying. You have a country, the same thing where it's like a lot of women are equally as educated as the men, but
Mm-hmm.
don't have equal rights, right?
Equal right.
A
Yeah.
lot of these days now, in fact, a lot of people would say that they've seen their moms at some point also be breadwinners or help the dads out, heavily. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
even annoys me about the whole system. You can't be a what's it called, a misogynistic society,
Mm-hmm.
can't practice patriarchy and not stick to it all the way
Each
through.
other. Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
annoying. Do you know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
is.
Like, choose a
It
struggle.
is.
So it almost
It
like
is.
is they just pick and choose what at different points would favor a man. And that's what
Yeah.
pisses me off the most. Let's just know that,
It's
okay, oh,
phenomenal.
we are from
Mm-hmm.
which country practices stuff like that? We're from Iraq. I be Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just know that that's where we're from. You're not allowed
We
to
are all
drive.
from there.
You are
They
not
just
allowed to.
trying to pack some of us
You just be choosing
that look
small, small,
different.
small, small. Just whatever favors and doesn't favor men.
It's just,
It's crazy.
it's crazy. Exactly, it's absolutely crazy. And I think one of the another tip I'm going to give again is this: that obviously I've read a lot of posts, a lot of blogs, whereby some, I think there's a page I follow on Instagram. It's called, is it Mom Confessions or Fab Moms? I see a lot of posts from women saying that, what, they had good jobs before they got married, and then once they got married to the man conditioned them to give up their job on the pretense that, oh, if you start having babies now, and such men, they will be the one that will impregnate you straight away after marriage. And they'll tell you to stop your job and stop your job because if you keep working your corporate job, you won't have enough time looking after the kid. Please don't allow such man to give you bad and to do such bad way for you. Hold on to your job. The job that you were doing, he had no problem with while you were cutting. So now that he now married you, now realize that you are pregnant, he's now asking you to leave your corporate job. Please don't leave your corporate job. Do not leave it. That's why I'm going to say this again. Terms and conditions is very, very important before you decide to go and marry that man, because most men, they will agree with everything you have to say before you get
Definitely.
married. Immediately they put that ring like this, immediately they collect that certificate, you both collect the certificate like this, they will change. They will tell you, they will toss okay for you, tell you that, when did I say that to you? So we just have to tread softly. And I just, in me watching Tasteboard yesterday and listening to her, I felt where she was coming from, and it's just not fair. She seems to be a very, very strong will. I mean, not really. She said that if we used to call her one name, let me find it. The Benedicta something, that, but I refuse used to call her one name like that. The Benedicta Omugo, or Benedicta, like a name like that, to say that, what she could get used easily, like people could take advantage of her easily and stuff like that. And she also mentioned that, what, she's not really a social person. When she's not the kind of person who goes to Owambe. Any Owambe that she's gone to, she's always gone with her husband, because she's everything, the only thing that matters to her is herself, her husband, her children, her job, her children, and her husband. Those are the things she holds dearly to her heart. So I just felt, watching her yesterday, I really felt a lot of empathy for her, and I just wish this was not happening to her. But then she should be, she's in the long run of dragging because of her husband. Her husband has created a community, or kind of like festered some sort of community whereby she will be dragged, even though she should be the one to be, maybe they should kind of like give her some soothing words, but then because of the job that her husband do, she will collect the glass boats everywhere.
See,
So,
mom of
you
five,
know,
that is one thing that is very unfortunate about this situation, is
yeah.
that obviously I'm not saying because you're married to someone you share in their views, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times there's always an alignment, right? So some
Yeah.
extent times you would hear that taste buds in the same room, and I always think, is taste buds comfortable with this? I actually always think it without obviously typing it in his comment section, but I always
Yeah.
think when I watch Daddy Free sometimes. So sometimes that's just the reality of being married to somebody. It's almost like being married to someone that does illegal activities. If the police
Mm-hmm.
come and start looking for him now, and I always say this about the men that I date, I need to vet you, they are not doing anything illegal, because I cannot be running around the world because of you. If the police are looking for him now, should they'll come and look for the wife or the
You
children to
go
ask where your
exactly like
husband
the
is.
wife they will first of all go to now.
Exactly now. You are not, you hold you at some level of an accord, whether you know or you don't know, they will shall ask you
Yeah,
questions.
they'll
But
still
it's the
come and
same
ask you
thing.
question.
When you are affiliated with somebody to that degree, you are going to
Mm-hmm.
be held responsible for a lot of their
Yeah.
actions. And like I said,
Yeah.
even as just someone that watches Daddy Free from time to time, I always think, is this both comfortable with this kind of content? Or even sometimes, I don't
Exactly.
know if you ever heard where Daddy Free talks about women or talks, praises some women on his life. I'm just like, this is
You
just
see,
very inappropriate.
if you look at that freeze and taste board, I want to believe that that freeze kind of like has some kind of strong hold on her as well, to some extent.
Mm.
I want to believe that the freeze has some sort of strong hold on, which means that when that freeze is talking, she dare not open her mouth. I want to believe there's something like that as well between them.
Or is it
But
either
no,
that, or there's so many good things that, sometimes, we said this before in one of our lives, where we said
mhm,
sometimes, what is your own, top 10 cons of a marriage, or if a man is not another woman's, maybe those things for her, the list of her problems, maybe she has bigger, sometimes they have
possibly,
bigger fish to fry. They
yeah,
have bigger fish to fry. So
possibly.
it's possible. But sometimes I just always think, Daddy Freeze, the way you talking for someone that is married can be so inappropriate. He crosses a lot of lines to me. Where it's just like, because again, you're a public figure, so it's very easy for people to look at things as you're disrespectful to your wife or
Mhm.
whatever,
I
because
mean, that's why I say, hello, Vicky's corner. That's why you are right. I'd be like, those content that he shares at times, you like, I have a
you have
wife.
a
Oh.
wife, you have
How will she feel with me discussing this topic? Or is it that she agrees with what that freeze is saying? And then again, like that freeze, like you have daughters, daughters who are going to
exactly.
start dating, that's why I said he's a very controversial guy as well. He's a very controversial man as well. At times when he's on live and I listen for the first 5 minutes and I'm not agreeing with his content, I just
It's
click
just
away.
leave. Other times I
Because I
think,
don't want,
oh, is it content?
if I drop a comment, you will probably you will rapture
Yeah.
me.
Other times I just think, is it comments? Okay, maybe it's comments. So those are my own. That's the thing that crosses my mind sometimes. So let me tell you, so what I was even going, where I was going with that is that in this life, everybody go collect.
Yeah, so
Do you understand? Even
mhm,
us on these streets, we've seen it now. Everybody has collected in their own way or the other. As long as you actually create content around people, you have to be
yeah,
willing for people to create content around you too.
yeah.
Danny Freeze has been in this industry for, he tells us all the time, at this point, probably over 30 years. Like the whole
Mhm,
media from Cool FM, he's even told us about how he left Ibadan, went to one
yeah.
radio station
Mhm.
before he ended up at Cool FM, and to
Cool
that
FM,
level.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's only normal for him to enter some of these issues from time to time,
Yeah.
with people or with
Mhm.
social media and all of that. So it's just
Absolutely.
unfortunate. And also, as a person that chooses to marry a media personality or someone who's popular, you understand
You
that occasionally you'll be roped in to that
yes,
whole mess as well. So if you want
absolutely.
a quiet life, or you don't want things
Avoid
like that to
media
hit
man.
your children, it's better to be completely private or just marry
Yeah.
somebody who's not a public
Mhm.
figure. So
I
it's
think well,
unfortunate, but it's what it
I
is.
think she tried to say that yesterday as well, saying that she's not a social person. So I think that's her trying to say that, she's not really a social person, that you won't see her she has that amount of followers, but she will not come and do live, and that she doesn't go and beg, she doesn't meet people, that she's not the kind of person who will even make friends easily. So I think that's a way of trying to stay away from what Daddy Freeze does for job. But then people are still going to, like, people are dragging her big time.
Well, Mom of Five, you're saying you want to
Come.
stay away, but every time she does a class, what you call a cooking class, or what you call
it's always like, he shares, and
so she benefits from his platform.
he benefits from it. Yes, yeah. So that's why I guess people are dragging her.
It's just life. In life, you're going to have to struggle with some things from time to time. Do you understand? If you want to marry a Edwoko, you know that, okay, for me to be getting Range Rover every year means that I'm going to be a third wife. Like, that's the reality of your life when you marry certain people. You have to just be ready for it. Such is life.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abby. Thanks for your contribution. Thank you so much. Hi, Vicky's Corner. Welcome. Vicky's Corner said he loves her a lot. So I think they connect in a way, but I want to believe that Daddy Freeze has some sort of hold on taste borders. Where, as married husband and wife, there will be some things that you dare not say to your husband, and maybe, or there'll be some things you dare not do. That way, if you do it, you will see it's red eyes. I want to believe there's some aspect of that, not in a bad way, but at least there'll be some things that that you dare not do, because doing to your husband will not appreciate something like that. Then Vicky Scholar said that the freeze is controversial. Yes, 120,000% controversial, and I feel the wife is okay with it because that's what pays that bill. Yes, I want to believe so, because most of the times when he does his shows, at times you'll be hearing Taste Boss voice in the background, or she's also trying to also maybe stay away from what Daddy Freeze does, because she was like, her job is most important. That if she's not at home, she's at work and stuff like that. So, but I want to believe they're happy together. I want to believe they're happy together. So, and Wendy Ajayi, welcome. Wendy said, I feel she's been dragged a lot of Daddy. Exactly, I believe she's been dragged a lot because of Daddy Freeze. Yes, because we all know what Daddy Freeze has done on the street of YT social media. We all know what he's been into. So yeah, in fact, it's the way VDM is actually disrespecting his wife. I don't think the way that VDM is going on about it should not be like, you need to come to my live, you need to come to my live to come and explain yourself. Now, if you come to my live now, just go pay 5 million naira to tight. Like there's no need for that. And also that if it was being cheeky also, there was a video he said, I heard one I did for Kiniko. There's no need for that. Daddy Freeze is a 40-something year old man, 46 or 45, or 46 or 47 years old man. He should act like the matured man that he is. You said these cases in court, and he's starting to do Elter Scout, and he's going everywhere, doing live shows, talking. What he's doing right now was what he was doing when one lady like that brought a case of certificate of sponsorship to his page, saying that he did not talk to the people I want him to talk to, and that the Freeze told her to bring more money. Later, that the Freeze found out that this woman was even involved with those people who are collecting money from people for certificate of sponsorship. And then this woman went to meet VDM. The VDM now started dragging that the Freeze. The way that the Freeze was going back and forth, trying to clear his name. I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to clear his name that he did not do. He did not commit any adultery. And also, like I said, just like I was discussing with Abby there, that only if the Freeze really don't want the public to keep dragging Taste Board, I think they should give us a time frame of when they actually met, when they started dating. And obviously, because Baby Freeze is 9 years old, and Taste Board says she filed for divorce in January of 2012. So the Baby Freeze is 9. So at what time? The 3 years? Was it 3 years after? I want to believe it's after she filed for divorce that they met. I want to believe that's when they met. I don't think, because Taste Board said she did not know anybody called Daddy Freeze when she was still with her ex-husband. So I want to believe that maybe they met before she filed for divorce, or they met just after they filed for divorce. So there was no way they would have done something and had Baby Freeze. So them coming together and having Baby Freeze will have been after she filed for divorce. So that's why our argument remains that she already filed for divorce. She's already let the court know about intentions that she no longer wants to be in this marriage, hence why she moved on. And like I said, something has to change, because I don't understand why divorce should be taking 13 freaking years. What if she was not What if she did not have children in that marriage? So she'll have to wait 13 years. She's going to be 46, so she'll have to be 46. What's that thing? Menopause. What if it was a woman who's not had a child before? Does that mean that while she was waiting, she'll wait for 13 years, she'll be maybe 50 before she had her first child? Like, no, something has to change. I'm going to read comments and then I'm going to round up. We've been here for almost 2 hours. So, Zeno said she will send something to me. Okay. Vivi said it's a cultural problem. Yeah, like I said, and I said I agree with him that the problem with Nigeria is religion and like cultural societal norms. Yeah, these are the things that is like Nigeria that are a problem right now. Vivi said exactly what woman won't take advantage of a society that actually protects her. Exactly. Vicky's corner. Oh, I've seen Vicky's corner there. So Vicky said he loves her a lot. Oh, I think they both hold each other. Yes, they both hold each other. I want to believe that the longer you are in a relationship, in a marriage, the stronger your hold is. Okay, the longer you've been in a marriage, like nobody can shake in a hold. Nobody. They will try, but it won't. It won't break. Vicky Scholar said that the freeze is controversial, and I feel the wife is okay with it because that's what pays their business. Yes, so that the freeze is making money. Pop my money guns. Mona tap the screen. Choice TV2 started to do that. Tap the screen, tap the screen. Pop my money gun, pop my money gun. Pop my money gun, pop my money gun. I've seen Wendy there. Wendy Ajay said I feel she's been. I've seen that comment as well. So Vivi said maybe I'm wrong, but I tend to feel like most times when a lady goes into another marriage with kids from a previous one, and the current hubby is being responsible for them, it makes her a bit cornered. Yes, but in this case, this ex-husband is not providing anything for those kids. Hence why I felt like that man should be ashamed of himself. You're not paying any fees for these kids. You're not picking up their tabs, and you think you still have a hold on her. She has single-handedly looked after the 4 kids she had with you with her new husband. And then you are still dragging her. For what? Is this the money she collected from you that you now want to drag her? It's a different case if you've been providing the needs of those kids, but she said you wanted to take the kids away from her. And she refused, saying that no, she's happy with joint custody. And since you refused, she took the kids and she took responsibility of her kids. So you're not even providing for the kids in any way, and you want to keep dragging her. For what? If not because of your bride price, make that the freeze return the bride price, make you go your way. And I feel like this man is not ashamed being an agege. Being an agege, you want to keep a beautiful bird like that. Man, they remember say God there somewhere now. Everyone day. You want to eat your cake and have it. You want to be following men. You want to be doing agege. You want to be doing men and still keep doing that. So now you just keep her home to keep pumping babies out. That's the only time she ever graces your bed, or she ever graces your bed. Anytime you want her to have a baby, or anytime you want her to have another child, that's when you invite her into your bed. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, something has to change about that Nigerian law or whatever law that says that women or people cannot move on even after filing for divorce. I think something has to change. If you file for divorce, if you have filed for divorce and your case they court, you should be able to move on, start a relationship. You should be able to do so. And like I said earlier on, if you're a couple and you're going through separation does not mean that you are totally divorced. No, it means that you are giving your marriage a chance to work, and it does not give you the right to go and be benching another woman or benching another man. No, separation does not allow you to carry sex carpets. No, because it's only temporary, and the aim is to give room for each of you to heal and then come back. And if at the end of the day you feel like, okay, after separation things is not working, you still have irreconcilable differences, then you guys can go through the divorce route. But I felt like something has to change. If a couple comes and they file their divorce cases, they should be able to move on. They should be able to, something has to change. And why like I still don't understand why a divorce case is taking 13 years. Like, make it make sense. Guys, I'm rounding up. I'm going to read comments and then I'm going to round up. Wendy said, exactly, they should provide timelines. Yeah, I don't think they'll let us know the timelines. I'm thinking the timeline is their evidence where they are holding on to with the court that like Daddy Freeze was on his live, like he was doing this. It was someone after church this afternoon. I was on his live and he was preaching and he was like, you know what? He said he did not commit any adultery. It was adamant. He said he did not commit any adultery. So we wait till he gives us a tell all. Vicky's gonna say that they are turned to be dragged. Do you know how many people that Freeze has dragged? He will drag people, and then they will come to his comment section. He will rapture, they will curse for them, and even though he's cursing people, people are still giving him money. And then I was abusing somebody yesterday. Somebody was telling me that, oh, I've unsubscribed. Bye bye to you, Felicia. That Felicia that unsubscribed yesterday. Bye bye to you. People come here to my life, they abuse me, they insult me. I tell me not to curse their generation. I will curse their generation. I will curse their generation. So that Freeze can curse people, he can rapture people, and people are still giving him money. But because me, I'm a small content creator, and I'm not allowed to curse. Like, bye bye, Felicia, don't come back. Oh, because if you come back, I've screenshotted you, and if you come back, I will use my hand to remove you. And Biggest Corner said the ex-husband should be ashamed of asking 5 million for a man taking care of your kids. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 5 million now. That Freeze don't talk, say that Freeze said the guy is hungry. That if he's hungry, you should let them know so that they can put him on their monthly payroll so that they can be paying him money for food. Because how much is 5 million naira? And this guy, I want to believe, is a well-to-do person. He's all right on his own. What is 5 million naira? And I feel I said he's not going to pay that money. The woodworks, you look nice. Thank you so much. Thanks for the compliment. Highly appreciated. And Vicky's Corner said, nah, hungry man. Right, guys, I'm just going to round up now. Another 5 minutes, and then I'll be here for 2 hours. I've tried. I just want us to chit chat. You know, it was a different thing I wanted to go and talk about Daddy Freeze today. And just a quick recap that Daddy Freeze said, women, why will he pay? He said he's not going to pay. Oh. He said he is not going to pay, and he said he's adamant. He's certain that he's going to win the case. He said they have already made their filing to the Supreme Court, and that the Supreme Court has already gotten back to them. So let's wait. He said he's going to be selling an exclusive. You know what? I don't want to be opinionated. Is that the right English? Let's wait till all the drama unfolds, and then we'll come out here and talk about it. And I think my next live will be talking about that Olanrewaju, the Nigerian footballer, that the Freeze interviewed his ex-wife. Hi, Daisy Dreams. I'm just rounding up. So if you have the chance, feel free to watch from the beginning. We're just rounding up on this shenanigans about that the Freeze, taste board, and her ex Agege husband. So we're just discussing that. So my next live will probably be maybe tomorrow evening. Like you guys know, I went back to work on Friday. I'm on a phased return, which means I'm only doing half a shift a day. So I think I finish work after 3 tomorrow. So I'll probably set a live for about maybe 6 o'clock in the evening. And we're going to be talking about that Nigerian footballer, Olanrewaju Kayode, whom Daddy Freeze interviewed his ex-wife. I saw a post on social media this afternoon. I think a handful of his properties, his ex-wife is trying to sell them off. So there was a social media thing on Instagram where he's already. Is it my network, Vicky? Is it my network? So yeah, where I saw a post on Instagram where he sent a message across to his ex-wife to desist from trying to sell any of his properties because they are now in a litigation or something. So we're going to be doing that live. That'll be my next live for tomorrow. So it's going to be about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow. So please kindly join me. Right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. For those of you who are just joining me, please feel free to, if you have the time, feel free to watch back. And if you're going to watch again, please, engage with the topic discussed. Subscribe if you're not yet done so. If you enjoy what I do on this channel, I think I'm enjoying live show more now. To do sit-down videos to edit is now adding me. So I think I'm going to be doing more of you're welcome, Glory Chioma. Thank you so much for coming. I think I'm enjoying live shows more now. I think I'm going to be doing more of live show as compared to sit-down videos. So we'll see. So yeah, please, if you have a chance, feel free to watch this live back, engage with the topic being discussed. What are your opinions? Do you think the law has to change in Nigeria that once a man or a woman files for divorce, they should be able to move on or not? In my own opinion, I believe once a man or a woman files for divorce, they should be able to move on to another relationship. And in a divorce case whereby there's substantial evidence for that marriage to be dissolved, I believe that such marriage should be dissolved in a matter of weeks, not months, not even years. That's my opinion, okay? Feel free to drop your comments and opinions and thoughts in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, share as well, subscribe, turn your post notification so you don't miss any other video from me. And if you want to come back and see this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful face of mommy of five, okay? And let's chit chat. And if there's any topic you want us to discuss as well, feel free to DM me and I will bring it out here and we can all, talk about it. Thank you so much. Have a lovely Sunday evening here. It was lovely today after church. The weather was beautiful. Have a lovely Sunday evening and have an amazing, beautiful and fabulous week ahead. And I want to give a shout out to the Banigos TV. Happy birthday, princess. Keep doing you. Nobody can do this reaction where they do pass you. You sabi waiting you they do. And I just wish you a belated happy birthday. And I hope you have a fabulous day out there. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.